Once branded as the villain, everyone wanted to strike down. Senior brother Ling Xiao had now become the sect's most admired figure. In contrast, the so-called chosen child of destiny, Ye Chen, had somehow become the #1 enemy of the sect's junior sisters. The reason? Both Ling Xiao's master and his junior sisters had awakened fragments of the heavenly Tao memory. Overnight, their behavior shifted completely. Even the cold and aloof third junior sister Chu Yue nearly destroyed Ye Chen today. To force Ye Chen into action, Ling Xiao took things further. He trampled him underfoot, embodying the role of a villain to perfection. Suddenly, a wave of sound struck him. Ling Xiao quickly retreated, realizing it was Chu Yue. She accused him of going too far. After all, Ye Chen would eventually join the sect. How could a senior brother humiliate his fellow disciple like this? Ling Xiao remembered from the novel, Chu Yue's favoritism toward Ye Chen was unique. That meant his plotline task was on track. Relieved, he hid a short distance away, observing. Still, he didn't expect events to escalate this quickly. Was the story moving forward faster than expected? Meanwhile, Ye Chen was secretly delighted. Qinglan Immortal Sect really is a paradise full of beauties, he thought, just wandering around. And I encounter such a stunning woman. With senior sister Chu playing music for me, my cultivation will surely soar. Seeing Ye Chen's smugness, Ling Xiao relaxed. Soon enough, Ye Chen would begin cultivating, and that would be the perfect time for a sneak attack. Beat him up nicely, and today's mission would be complete. But before Ling Xiao could even act, Ye Chen suddenly coughed up blood, gravely injured. The truth was hidden in Chu Yue's melody. Her music carried lethal force. Listening for too long damaged the internal organs. "No one dares interrupt me while I play," Chu Yue said coldly. She had only wanted to test Ye Chen's constitution, but he turned out to be a weakling. Though pitiful, Ye Chen had no choice but to apologize. Even then, the one who had just saved him now turned to mock him instead. Ling Xiao was dumbfounded. What's happening? Why are the male and female leads fighting each other? How's the story supposed to continue like this? Determined to correct the situation, he stepped forward. "So it was you, coward. Too scared to spar with others, yet you bully women without hesitation." Seeing Ling Xiao appear, Ye Chen exploded with fury. He assumed everything was Ling Xiao's doing, that Chu Yue had been coerced into attacking him. "Shameless!" he roared. Ling Xiao, unbothered, retorted, "So what? You were the one who disturbed her music practice first. She was simply punishing evil." But with Ling Xiao constantly finding ways to make trouble for him, and with a junior sister present this time, Ye Chen couldn't bear it anymore. He decided to fight back, hoping to defeat Ling Xiao and reclaim his pride. Ling Xiao thought at last his plan was working. A public defeat at Ye Chen's hands would complete his role as the villain, but in the very next second, Chu Yue's sound waves blasted both of them to the ground. Ling Xiao was speechless. What is happening to the plot again? Ye Chen, convinced they were working together, ran off immediately. The storyline might have gone off track, but at least Ling Xiao's mission was considered complete. Not wanting further complications, he quickly followed. After Ling Xiao left, Chu Yue finally broke down. She hadn't meant for things to turn out like this. She only wanted to stand up for her senior brother, but ended up injuring him instead. It's all that damned Ye Chen's fault, she thought bitterly. If he hadn't been so close, I wouldn't have accidentally hurt senior brother. She remembered the heavenly Tao memory she had awakened days ago. Ye Chen was supposed to injure Ling Xiao during this encounter, but in reality, it was her attack that hurt him, and Ye Chen gained nothing from it. This meant the future was already diverging from the Tao's script. As long as events didn't follow the heavenly Tao's path, that itself was a kind of victory. Still, she knew she couldn't let her guard down. In Ling Xiao's memory, Ye Chen once killed the old farmer, simply because it tried to capture his spirit pet, yet he hypocritically justified it, claiming he was a free-spirited man who lived without rules or restrictions, someone who hated nothing more than seeing his friends and family hurt. He even boasted that he always repaid kindness and enmity in equal measure, never harming the innocent. What a shameless double standard. He allowed his own pet to destroy others' crops, but refused to let them resist. What kind of hero was that? The thought that his master and junior sisters might one day become part of such a man's harem made Ling Xiao furious. Still, he reminded himself that this was only a novel world. His real task was to play the villain until the end, achieve the finale, and ascend as an immortal. Tomorrow was the grand apprentice ceremony. Ling Xiao only needed to wait for Ye Chen to humiliate him in public. It was all part of the script. Just as he was about to sleep, he decided to peek in on his junior sisters to maintain his villain persona. But late at night, third junior sister Chu Yue suddenly knocked on his door. In the original story, Chu Yue possessed the sentimental sword soul. She was gentle and kind, pure, like a blank sheet of paper, even when Ling Xiao lost everything and was imprisoned by Ye Chen. While the other junior sisters wanted him dead, she still pleaded on his behalf. Thinking of that, Ling Xiao felt a pang. Once Ye Chen publicly humiliated him, he would no longer shine as the glorious senior brother in Chu Yue's eyes. But to stay true to his villain role, he teased her instead, even going as far as pretending to inspect her body. Even he found his own lewd behavior disgusting, wishing he could punch himself. He expected Chu Yue to snap, but to his shock, she leaned closer instead. Ling Xiao froze. What's going on? Why are all my junior sisters acting like yanderes? None of this matches the story. Still, he remembered, he was supposed to be the perverted senior brother who constantly teased the girls. If she was throwing herself at him, he couldn't back away now. His character as the villain had to remain intact. But just as he made a move, Chu Yue accidentally struck him in the face, leaving him injured. Ling Xiao was speechless. So it's true. Wives belong to the protagonist. A villain who dares to touch them will be punished by heaven itself. Chu Yue, holding her injured senior brother in her arms, was full of guilt. She had actually come to him because she had accidentally broken a string on her zither. Planning to visit an instrument craftsman in the city tomorrow, she asked Ling Xiao to accompany her. Ling Xiao frowned. This plotline didn't exist in the original story. To avoid derailing things, he refused, using the apprentice ceremony as an excuse. But Chu Yue persisted, even acting coy. Ling Xiao almost caved. Who could resist this? But in the end, he stood firm. Tomorrow, after all, he had to let Ye Chen slap him in the face. No distractions allowed. Still, her character seemed to have shifted. In the original story, there was never any zither repair plotline. Before he could think further, his junior Huaizhen rushed in. Their master, Elder Xiao Hongling, had come out of seclusion and urgently summoned Ling Xiao. He was stunned. What now? None of this was in the original text either. Everything's going off track. But he had no choice. He had to go and see for himself. From a short distance away, Chu Yue watched, her heart already lost to him. She once believed her zither was the most precious thing in her life. But after awakening her heavenly Dao memory, she realized the only one who truly cared for her was Ling Xiao. Tonight, she had hoped to elope with him and escape this treacherous place. Since that failed, she resolved to strike first. No matter what, she could not allow Ling Xiao to be disgraced by Ye Chen tomorrow. Protecting senior brother is my mission now, she swore silently.